Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ms. Winkle, and I will be presenting to you and informing you today about the latest trend called cyberbullying and how to prevent it. Some of the facts shown here are just some that really shocked me when I saw them. The data shows that 94% of students 11 to 17 own a phone, 89% have their own personal laptop or PC, 50% say they receive a message from someone who isn't who they say they are, false identity. 42% say they receive a message telling them they're nasty online comments. 25% of bullying that occurs at schools continues when they get home after school. And 70% of 15 to 14-year-olds don't take the advice they receive about cyberbullying and e-safety. Those are just some facts to start off my presentation. Again, shocking. So what is this trend? What is this all about? Well, cyberbullying, like I said, it is bullying that takes place using electronic technology. Electronic technology can include cell phones, computers, tablets. It can happen on social media websites, text messages, websites, and even by chat. So basically, for kid-friendly advice, it is the act of intimidating and threatening someone with electronic technology. So cyber means techie, so it's basically bullying on technology. That can be sending a hurtful message to someone, sending rumors by email, posting embarrassing pictures of others on social media. I'm sure you have a lot of examples going on in your head right now. This is what this trend is all about. Why is there a trend? What's causing this? Well, electronic use technology is on the rise, as we all know. Cyberbullying can be difficult to trace back to the source. So those that do the bullying, sometimes they're never actually identified or get in trouble. It can be done anonymously, kind of goes side by side. Most of you know about Snapchat, can be done anonymously. Another reason that it's a trend is there are 500 million blogs on the internet, which is a hot spot for cyberbullying, is on these blogs. And unlike traditional bullying, you have a much wider audience because once you post it online, it is on the World Wide Web for everyone to see. So those are kind of the reasons why cyberbullying is a trend. Who is most likely to follow this trend? So we're kind of talking about who does the bullying. Children that are in a negative or violent home environment, they are most likely to cyberbully. It is highly contagious, meaning if your friend does it, you kind of feed off that and you do the same thing. And sometimes cyberbullies, they're the least likely of our peers. So someone you might think would never do it is actually doing it. Parents, teachers, and the close peers might not even know that they are the source of the bullying. So this is who is most likely to follow the trend. Side effects. What happens if you are cyberbullied? This is the negative part, the part that makes us get upset and realize this is an issue. There can be emotional scarring. There can be depression and low self-esteem. Students don't focus on their schoolwork because they're worried about getting bullied and they earn bad grades. Sometimes they skip school to avoid the bullies. They can have trauma, which can then have other negative health conditions, like they stop eating or they get headaches. You can have the reverse effect. You can actually fight back the bully and become a bully yourself. And then sometimes, I would say the worst, you just give up and commit suicide. So I'm kind of informing you today about all of these and the harm it can do so we can stop it. So, what has already been done? This is the tricky slide, I like to say. Educational leaders have a hard time coming up with laws and rules and coming to an agreement on this because there's a fine line between what's considered students' civil and constitutional rights and then what's taking it too far. So, and by January 2015, 49 states had enacted bullying prevention laws, and they all included the cyberbullying electronic form of harassment. But in contrast to that, you still have to follow the First and the 14th Amendment, which deal with freedom of speech and equal protection for all citizens. So really, that's kind of what they've done. It's very much, reading into the research, it's very much a case-by-case basis. They have to look to see if the speech or behavior with the cyberbullying caused a major interference and distracted children's learning, is like what I like to say. This whole off-campus authority is not universal, so cyberbullying is taken off-campus a lot of times, and so the authority that school leaders have is not universal. It just, again, depends case by case. If they used school technology to complete the behavior or to do the harassment, that usually goes more with the sides of it is cyberbullying, and school leaders will give a consequence. And then if they threaten other students or infringe on their civil rights, usually they get a consequence. So again, you're looking at this case by case, because you have to allow students to have their civil rights and at the same time get a consequence for this cyberbullying. So that's kind of what's already been done in terms of law and legislation. And then finally, the best part I feel like of the slideshow, what can you do? You as a student here at Heights High School, you can report to the school what is happening. You can collect evidence, take screenshots, of text messages. That's kind of a savior with us, is you can screenshot a lot of things before it gets deleted. You can report it to the site, app, or game. I see that a lot, reporting spam and harmful content. Make sure you do that. Talk to a trusted adult, a teacher, a principal, a counselor. Demonstrate to the people being bullied that you care by going to talk to an adult or standing up for them or helping them or talking to them. Work together. Tell the bullies to stop. Don't encourage it. Like I said, it is contagious, so don't join the crowd. Stay safe and do not give up. So I hope this presentation has given you some information about, again, this current trend, very negative trend, and I hope that you do what you can as a student here at Heights High School to stop cyberbullying. Thank you so much for listening.